Coming straight out of Ecamm. This is a town with the Ecamm found. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham. This is a town with the Ecamm found. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham. This is a town with the Ecamm found. This is a town with the Ecamm found. This is a town with the Ecamm found. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham.
Hold it, stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I please have your attention?
It's showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
I was hoping it would time up really well. We did it. We did it. Hello, everyone. Hey, Paul. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
Hello. Yes.
We've
fun to be here.
We've been talking about this office hours idea for a while now, so it's awesome that it is happening. And of course, in typical Katie/Ecamm fashion, it's happening in like the busiest possible week. So hopefully everyone can kind of take a deep breath with us. This is a safe space for all questions. Oh,
Just
gosh.
be kind to us.
Be kind to us. Be kind to each other. It is so great to see everyone's smiling faces. I just made a whole new profile, so I was live editing our comments. We have everyone on saying it's exciting. Emily wants to know where to get the Ecamm fam song. Emily, I will try to figure out the best way to get this over to you. You know what? Email me at katie@ecamm.com and I will send you the file. DJ Rob was kind enough to put that together to us, and he's allowed people to use it within the Ecamm fam. So I'm happy to send that over. But we are using this office hours. This will be a monthly, I don't really want to call it a show, a monthly like hangout session where Paul and I and hopefully some of our other moderators and Ecamm fam members will join us just to answer your questions and chat and get to know everyone better. I figured in this first session, we would just cover a little bit of housekeeping. So maybe some of this will be really familiar for some of you, but I have a feeling that some of you may not know where some of this stuff is. So let's just show a few kind of basic housekeeping stuff. First, before we do housekeeping, I wanted to remind everyone, we are still actively helping Hank. So the link for the GoFundMe to support Hank, whose home and studio and vehicle and everything were destroyed in a really horrible fire last week. If you want to help out Hank, it is pinned into the comments of this chat. We'd love for you to contribute if you can, to share, let everyone know about this. We would just really love to be able to help get Hank back on his feet. So that's our first housekeeping. We're just showing our love and support for one of our Ecamm fam. And then our second one, and I love that we had this question already come in before I even got to answering it. But Discord, Paul has been helping us tons with Discord. But if you're like, I don't know how to Discord or what a Discord is, this is Discord. And I normally am not a screen sharer in Ecamm, so this will be like a fun practice for me as well. I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger. Here, but this is what Discord looks like, and you will see. So I have like a whole bunch of different Discord channels, communities that I'm a member of, but this is the Ecamm fam one, And I believe, and Paul, you can correct me because I'm gonna, as a novice, go through what I know. But here in the left-hand side, you'll see I have like a ton of different channels, right? So there's things like announcements and a calendar and videos and live streams, a whole slew of different things that are all the content is sorted by. If you're brand new, you're not going to see all of these different sections. You actually have to go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, there's one section at the very top that says "Start Here."
Start
that has,
here,
like the rules, roles, and welcome.
Yep.
As a newbie coming in, that is all you're going to see.
Yep.
And until you accept the rules, you may even see a little bit less than that. But yeah, the first thing you have to do is accept the rules, and then you'll start seeing more stuff.
So if you click here into the rules, right? These are the rules. These are very obvious rules, like don't be mean, please be nice, don't spam, try to keep things on topic and in the right section, all of this kind of stuff. But this is where I think it's a little confusing for people because we're so used to Facebook and all these other spaces that function a little bit differently. You literally just have to, when it says like, please react with a check mark, and you're like, I don't know what that means, Katie. Don't worry. You literally just click this check mark. See how 626 people have clicked it? Literally just click that check mark, right? And that will unlock a bunch of these other sections. Correct, Paul?
Yeah, correct. It will unlock some of them. And sometimes people add other reactions at the bottom, like you see a smiley face and the Ecamm logo.
Yeah.
Pay no attention to those. We clear those out occasionally. The only one you need to be concerned about is the green check mark.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's great. I love, I love I love the enthusiasm here, but in order to actually accept the rules, you just need to press this green check mark. So if you like type something in here, that's not going to do it. If you add these different, other different emojis, great. Love that. But it's not actually going to accept the rules. You just need to click on this check mark. You'll see, hopefully we'll get a 628, 629. That's all of you guys accepting this check mark here. And then the next step, what you're going to want to do after that, right, is move down. You're just moving down the list. So, right, so we were on section 1, rules. Now we're in section 2, roles, rules and roles. So same concept here, right? So we have all these different emojis, and that's how you access the different content, all of the different, sections within Discord. And this is really just meant for you to find the content that matters to you. So if you're not a producer or not a podcaster, or you don't care about, streaming content or beta content or all these different sections, only click what matters to you. So again, here, like the fish is the beta testing section. So click on the fish down here, right? The affiliate program is this little money bag because you're all just, making so much money. You're going to click down here on this one here. If you want access to the producer content, et cetera, right? So again, these ones here at the very end, like the checkbox and the like cool dude emoji, all of these guys aren't actually getting you access to the sections. So this is how, Discord works. So I am the most, so I have all of these different sections, but again, you will unlock the ones that matter most to you by going in here. Once you've done that, you can change at any point too, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can take things away. Every time you click on one of those, like the producer, the beta, it will open up another subcategory over in the left-hand column. So you'll see, another category there that you can open up and look through. And like she said, you can get, if you decide you're not interested in something, just come over here, uncheck it, it goes away. And you can always then come back and turn it back on if you want. So.
Yeah, exactly. And
there are some categories that will appear over time as you're more interactive, and for special events or something, there may be additional categories or something. So you might hear somebody say, oh, I've got this, but you don't. It might be it might be an event that we're doing that we have a special category for people that paid to join the event, or it might be there's a gold and a silver. As you start interacting, you get points, and that opens up other rooms too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to show, and then we can jump into some of the other questions and sections, but here in the world of Discord. So the rest of it functions pretty similarly to what you would expect for a Facebook group or any of the other different communities. You can type, you can share GIFs, you can, react to other people, you can reply back to other people. But the other thing that I think is worthwhile to show is if you go down here into the family room, right? So into this kinfolk chat, right? So this is just, all of us chatting, and there's all these different, chats and things that are happening. But there is this concept of, and I'm not gonna be able to find it. There's this concept of being able to open up audio or video rooms. Is it down here? This is where I like, right? See, you're not alone. We're all learning this together, and that's like half the fun of it. Maybe
it's actually in the family.
It's down here in the rec room. It's down here in the rec room. I'm not going to click this right now, but
it has not the megaphone, but it has a speaker next to it.
Yeah, down here.
Like usually has a lock or something. That's the one.
Yeah, down here, right? So this rec room space, like our goal, I'm not going to click it right now because I don't think we need to go into the details of it, but think of it if you're familiar with like Zoom or when we've used Alter for different events. This is just going to open up the ability for you to either have an audio conversation or a video conversation. You can turn on your video. So this is great for like, hey, we all want to learn together, or during Doc's weekly live demos, if you want to be able to practice and and work alongside other people. This is going to open it. And if you click it, and you're like, oh shoot, I don't really want to be in here. You can just hang up like a phone call. So don't worry, you're not going to be driving anyone crazy, or don't worry about. This is a casual. That's why it's called the rec room. Like this is a casual hangout space for us to do things like host watch parties if we all want to watch a video together, or if you know another member that you're communicating with here in the Discord space, you can say, hey, I'm going to meet you in the rec room so we can talk about XYZ project, or you can help me test this thing or answer this question about a studio space. It's a really nice option. And one of the reasons why we love Discord is that it really does allow you to keep, individual conversations, direct messages in a separate space. It allows you to, talk with video and audio, and it allows you to find the content that matters most to you without all of the other noise. So it's going to take us all some time to get up and running the way that we want to here in this space, but this is why we've been letting you all know about it so much lately. So yeah, it's always a big family reunion, and I'm loving everyone chatting here in the chat. But Emily asks, is the rec room in the roles channel? No. So I believe you get, and this is like actually this is why it's good for us to do these kinds of sessions. The rec room is under family room, and I think you get access to that.
Yeah. As soon as you accept the rules, that's the one thing that's the only thing that you'll get access once you accept the rules is that the family announcements in the family room. The other thing to keep in mind too is there is one of those chat channels in all of the categories. Like there's one for the craft room, there's one for for gear. All those different categories each have their own individual room that you can bring people together and
hangout,
chat.
Yeah, gear talk, yeah. I know it feels sometimes like a lot when you're first jumping in. You see you get emoji happy and you end up in all of these different spaces. But the goal here is really to be able to say, hey, if you want to be talking only about podcasting or with podcasting people, this is the best space for you to be able to find answers to that, so that you're not, again, sort of distracted by all the noise. And so that we as, admin and moderator team members are able to help find all of your questions and everything that you want to learn more about.
And it's much easier to find things in Discord than it is to try to find a topic on Facebook. The other thing, the craft room, that doesn't mean crafting. That means craft as in the
what
craft
is your
of
craft?
live streaming.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
producers, streamers, all those different things. And there's even a channel in there for Ecamm Espanol.
Yeah, exactly. We are trying to grow this out. So we know that there are a lot of these sub niches within the Ecamm fam. We have all the different folks who speak different languages and want to be able to interact with each other that way. We have people who are, from, musicians, or people who are educators, or, religious streamers, and these different groups I think will just be really great in this space. So if you're here in Discord and you're getting more comfortable with it and you're like, hey, you're missing this subgroup, we are happy to add that in. That is the goal of being able to have this space, is to really build it out and make it work for everyone that is part of the family. All right, I'm going to shoot over. I know we have a bunch of other questions. I'm going to go back just to this here so we're not as distracting, and then I'm just going to shoot over and make sure I grab all the other questions. So that's Discord. Hopefully, Emily, that helps. Pardon me? Yeah, but don't forget your Q colon. I know. Follows out of the chat. All right, I'm gonna go backwards up so I can. So Jefferson asks, when I try to make a text overlay, it shows up on show in all scenes. How can I make it so it's only associated with me and not my guest? Okay, this is a good question. I encountered this one recently, and I think, and Paul maybe correct me. So just so you know, everyone, like I learn a lot of this stuff along with you. So this is a safe space for me to maybe answer your questions correctly. If a scene is locked, so let me swing over here into live demo mode. All right. I don't want to update my system audio right now. If a scene is locked, like this welcome scene here, and you add an overlay in, I believe it goes into all scenes automatically. Let's just see here.
Yes.
See, Paul. Yeah, all right. So here's my little test overlay. Let's make it a little bit bigger so everyone can see it. Okay. So now that's going to appear in this scene, right? So that's not ideal. That's not what you want. If you unlock that scene and then you add another, see over here, it says show in all scenes. You can just pull that down to only being in the current scene, right? And I can turn it back on. And now if I go over here, now it's not in all of those scenes. So I actually got stumped by this one the other day. I was trying to add a whole bunch of overlays. I was actually dragging and dropping them in. And I was like, why is it doing that? And it was doing that because I had locked my scenes. So yeah, that is why that is happening. Hopefully that helps. I love, how can I make my name tag look as cool as yours? I did this in seconds. I literally just opened up again here the text overlay panel. So I don't know, Jefferson, how familiar you are with text overlays, but you have a lot of functionality. Again, a little bit of this, to be honest, is like your level of creativity and basic design skills, but this is pulling in your font library and you can organize it in your font library, however makes most sense to you. I like this DIN condensed bold font. But you can choose a different background color, over here with these, like, see, that would look horrible in my opinion, but you can choose whatever kind of background color. You can choose, different margins to make it look however you want. And you can add a border or not, depending on what matters. And again, I have like rounded corners on, which I was playing with. You don't have to have any background. You don't have to have rounded corners. You can add a shadow effect or not. So there's some functionality here in this text overlay section. There's also the ability, which I've been playing with a lot, to fly things in and out, which add a little bit of movement, right? So, okay, so now we have our fancy test. If I go back here to help Hank, and then back in, it's like, ta-da, right in here. You can add sound effects and do additional things. So it looks, the one with the hand clap. Yeah, Jefferson's like, no, the one with the hand clap. It's the same thing. It's literally adding an emoji in afterwards. So like here, now it's like a party. And again, if we go back and forth, now it's a party with movement, right? So that's all just done within the Ecamm text overlays. So it's just a matter of playing around with it.
And if you didn't know,
yeah.
If you do Control, Command, and the space bar, that brings up the emoji keyboard on your screen.
Yeah, this is one of these, Ecamm Creole. Yeah, we should look into that. Do you know if there's other members? Definitely email me over marketing@ecamm.com. I'd love to take a look at that. All right, I answered that one. How do we know when to best use Discord versus the Facebook group? This is a really good question. We are still playing around with this a lot right now. So it's actually a good thing. We can show the Facebook groups in just a second here. Right now, they function pretty similarly, but we are planning, and we have sort of tested here and there using Discord for more exclusive things that don't exist on Facebook, just because it has a lot more functionality. So things like watch parties, or, when we're running an event like Leap Into Live, every year we run a virtual event. So that allows us to kind of lock and close down like one section of our entire Ecamm fam into one space and be able to have, a smaller, more private conversation. So these are things that exist within the Discord community that are not in the Facebook group, just because Facebook doesn't allow that functionality, and Facebook is, as we all know, always changing and moving everything around. So it just makes it a little bit easier for us to be able to manage that side of it. All right, let me just shoot. I'm just gonna shoot out of live demo mode, and then I'm gonna go 1 second over here. The other thing I wanted to show people, because these are questions that come up all the time. Ta-da, look at me. I'm getting better at screen sharing, guys. All right, so this is the Ecamm website. So I know that probably a lot of you who are like been with Ecamm for a while are not hanging out here often, right? Because you've already subscribed and you're, part of the team now. But a couple of things to know about the Ecamm website. The first is that down here in the corners is this little orange icon. This is how you can get in touch with our technical support team and also be able to see if there is anything happening with Ecamm. So you'll see here, I apologize, it's a little bit small, but it's currently the status of Ecamm is that all systems go, everything is working. But if something wasn't working, if one of our tools was down or one of our partners was having an outage, this would update here. So this is a great place to be able to not only reach out to our team, but also to see if there's anything happening. If something's weird is happening on your own with Ecamm and you're like, this doesn't make sense, it might just be that there's a system outage. So it's a good place to double check that here. You can see how fast the team is currently responding. And this is a chat with our team members. So this is not, we have some automations in here, but you are talking to real people here. So this is not powered by robots, but our actual team. So this is the best and fastest way to reach our team. Is just to come to our website and click there. You can also access the team through the help section within Ecamm, but this is where it's going to connect in with anyway. So just so that you're aware of that. And then the other thing is that, and I opened it separately, but we have a support section right off of our website, and we have a blog. So there is additional resources that you can find if you need additional help. The support section looks like this, and you can search for any kind of articles or work your way through frequently asked questions, features. We do try pretty hard to update these fairly regularly, and we do embed any of the relevant videos and additional content in. Of course, I click one that doesn't have it, but we do try to add in. I think this one has a video in it. No, of course. Anyway, we do try to add in videos and additional information in there. We also have a tool at videos.ecamm.com called the Video Hub. The cool thing about this, and many of you are familiar with this, is that slightly different than YouTube, this actually will let you flow through all of our videos in order, and you can search. It's a really robust tool. So if you search branding, you would find all of the videos that have branding in the title and description, but also every single video that mentions the word branding, it'll give you the timestamp as to when they talk about it. So it's a really great way to not only kind of logically flow through our tutorial content, but also to be able to find exactly what you're looking for and the timestamp to save you time. So if you're really looking for a specific answer and you want it in video format, this is a lot faster and easier to use than just going to our YouTube channel. So that's videos.ecamm.com. I'm just gonna double check over here for any additional questions that are coming through.
And we also have a online user manual too, which goes through every button feature that explains everything, which is
that's over here.
That's my favorite.
Learn.ecamm.com will bring you to the manual. So these links are all in the description for this video, but yeah, learn.ecamm.com will bring you right to the manual. So if you're the kind of person who's like, no, I want everything, this is everything. And Paul kindly went through this entire manual. So I assure you that it is like incredibly accurate, recently updated. It's got everything all, you can go all the way through all the different features and everything that you need to know about this. In many cases, it links back to more detailed support articles or videos so that you can get some additional information. But we almost have too many resources, which then sometimes makes it hard for you to find what you're looking for. So we're trying to make that easier. But in the meantime, usually if you put a word in front of .ecamm.com, you will find, so support.ecamm.com, videos.ecamm.com, learn.ecamm.com. These are all the ways that you can find all these different tools.
The one thing that I like about, and I use it frequently on the manual, is like in the Ecamm preferences, all the different options you have there, they're all spelled out in the manual. So it's like, well, what does this do? You can either try it or you can go over to the manual and read the description and then try it.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll just make sure that you get like the official information and the most up-to-date resource. So this is a good one that we often don't talk about enough, but it is here and it's certainly something that you can check out whenever you want. And then the two other things, and then we'll jump we'll jump back into more questions, but are the community, which is the Facebook group. So this again is open to everyone, and really, we try really hard to make it as hopefully as supportive and friendly a community space as possible. There are some basic level rules, so we're trying to keep it a space that's free of aggressive promotion or spam and all the stuff that you don't want to see either. But this is a great place if you want to do a test. You want to see you want to try to do a test live stream and see how it all looks. You can test that here in this group. If you want to ask for other members to come on and join you as interview guests so that you can see what that process looks like, or you want to volunteer to be a guest so that you know what that experience is like, this is a great place to ask all of those questions. The only thing that we ask here in this Facebook group, and applicable to Discord as well, but the only thing we ask here in these groups is just make sure that you're really clear with your description. So if you're sharing, an entire live stream we might accidentally think that is spam or that you're just trying to promote your live stream. So just put in the description, hey, around minute marker 5, I had this weird thing happen. I just wanted you guys to take a look at it so that we know what to look for and how to best help you. Or, if you're practicing, just call it test or practice or whatever you want to call it and put in the description, hey, I'm practicing these things. Can someone jump on and ask questions, or can someone jump on and leave comments? Just again, so that we know what we're looking at and how to best help you or jump on and help practice or support you in how we can. But yeah, you'll see there's lots of, great content and questions and things coming into this Facebook group. And again, a lot of it we try, especially announcements and things, we definitely do try to mimic in the Discord group as well.
Yeah, when you do post, because as the moderators of the Facebook group, we have to go through, and if it's a long video, we're not going to sit there and watch the entire video trying to figure out what's going on here.
Help us help you. Yeah.
Yeah, you may find us come back and we may delete the video, or we may come back, if we see that you're trying to help, but you haven't put a description, we may send you a note that says, please add a description or not. But at times when lots of stuff is going on and, there are points in times where it gets a little crazy, we may just inadvertently delete a video. Don't take it, just, if we made a mistake, forgive us, you can let us know or something like that and we can fix it. But, it's not meant, as a mean thing, and because we have to try to control the group and keep it safe for you.
Yeah, safe and friendly for everyone. There is a lot of secret stuff. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
If you as a member of the Facebook group see a post that you think, because we can't catch it, sometimes it's hard to catch everything. But if you see something that you think is questionable or something like that, you can flag it to point it to the administrator. I don't know if you can show them that, but you can flag a thing, and then it sets an alert off to the moderators and the admins so that we can take a look at it and make a determination.
Yeah. So if you come up here, and I'm going to see way more than you would as just a regular user, but these 3 little dots that are to the right of a post, and this is the same whether you're on mobile or on desktop, you just need to go down to report post. I'm concerned about this post, so you can report a post, and that allows you to be able to send that over to our team, and our moderators and administrators can take a look and see if there is something we can do to help either let the poster know that that they are in violation of any of our rules, or or if it's just spam or something that shouldn't be in the group, we'll remove it. But that's how you can let us know as a user, if there's something that is has made you feel uncomfortable or made you unhappy. We really do want this to be a safe and friendly and encouraging space. So let us know how we can do that most effectively, and let us know when you see things that are what you would not expect to have in that group. Stephen asks whether or not we're using Searchy for our video hub. We sure are. We use Searchy for our video hub. I try really hard on the video hub side so we do a lot of live streams, as most of you are aware. I don't put all of those live streams up onto our video hub, videos.ecamm.com. What I'm putting there are any of our workshops, trainings, and tutorials where it would make sense to watch them on replay. We do also have replays for any of the mini series that we do, as well as for our video podcast, The Flow. So if you any of those content pieces that are there to kind of help instruct or teach you something where you can easily flow through them and work through them at your own pace. That's what exists right now up on the Video Hub. If you want to catch any of our live videos like what you're doing right now, the mass majority of those are on YouTube, although we do a few of them also on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yeah, and the major, like the challenges and some of the major streams that we're doing, we're also going into those. We're updating the closed captioning so that the words, everything makes sense. It kind of follows. And then we're also adding chapter markers. So when you do go back to watch a replay or something like that, or you've seen it before and there's something specific you want to look through, we're trying to put some fairly detailed chapter markers in there so that you can go back in and you can find the pieces that are interesting of you, or like, oh, I remember this was in here. You can go back and you can find things easily that way.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, the one other thing that I wanted to share, and please, if any of you watching live, thanks so much for hanging out with us. You are welcome to leave any kind of questions about literally anything in the world of Ecamm. So it could just be something specific to the app itself or the community or where to find resources. But Paul and I are talking right now about kind of where to find some of these community spaces and tools. The last one we haven't covered yet is the beta testing group, or the beta testing group if you're in the UK. So there are a few different ways to participate in our open beta program. So anyone who is an Ecamm member can be a beta tester. The beta version of Ecamm is a separate download from the full version, from the full release version, but you can go back and forth between the two of them and have both of them installed on your computer. So, if you want to use the full release for, important shows and programs and things that you're doing, you can absolutely continue to do that and still participate in beta testing. That being said, our beta is like one of the most stable betas out there. So most of our users do just use the beta for just about everything. But you have that flexibility.
I was going to say, if any of you have been involved in the corporate world and doing beta testing software, some of the horrors that can come along with it. Rarely ever. I mean, I think I only know of 3 times where a beta had been pulled and it happened really, immediately. But rarely is there major issues in the beta. It's an extremely stable, and many of us use it every day. The only time I ever go back to the daily version is if somebody asks me a specific question to that, or if I'm actually demoing something in the normal version. But I use beta all the time and don't have any problems.
It's a great way to also keep on top of what features are going to be coming out soon, right? So all of the features that we're testing before we release them out to everyone go through this beta process. So anyone again can join. You can. This would be a join button, but it is just facebook.com/groups/Ecamm live beta. You can also go to, if you swing over to Ecamm, my typing's gonna be awful, but ecamm.com/beta. This is where you can download the beta from our website, and then you'll also see like the newest updates and notes here as well. So, so this, anyone who is an Ecamm user can try out the beta. They can run it at the same time as the full version. And then our expectation and hope is that as you test it and questions come up, feature requests, ideas, bugs, anything that you catch, you will let the team know either in this Facebook group, or if you're on Discord, again, you're going to go over to this roles section. If you haven't already, you'll need to do this step once, but you're going to go over to the roles section, and then you're going to click on the fish, like a beta fish. Get it? Haha. So you're going to click on the fish, and you'll be added into the beta group. And then the same information exists on the beta group. So here are the beta updates. The same information exists here as well as in the Facebook group. And there is a section within Discord for any kind of beta questions that come up, as well as any special requests and feedback that you want to give for new features that you're looking for, and then any bugs. So if there's anything that you find that you want to be able to report in, you can do that here. We do ask, and this goes across the board, but just best practice for everyone that are communicating with us in these community spaces. If you are having a problem with the app itself, so you're not looking for advice, you're not looking for recommendations or trying to practice or show something to someone else, if there's something that is going wrong with Ecamm Live, we really, really, really want you to not post that within the community. We really want you to go over to our website and click on this orange icon and to let our team know, because we want to be able to get you back up and running as quickly as possible. And while we have a ton of really amazingly smart and helpful and thoughtful people within our community spaces and our Discord and our beta group, they are not, our tech support team, and they are not Ken and Glenn. Yep. So to get immediate help and to let us know if there's something wrong with the app or a bug or something that we need to fix, we really do encourage you to just always go here first. If you want to follow up after you've submitted a ticket and just, post in the group to say, hey, this is happening to me, I submitted a ticket, I just want to let other people know, or, or you want to ask some additional information on it, absolutely. That, the group is there for that. But we really want you to be able to get the help you need quickly. And we want to know if there's any issues. So if something is happening that you think might be related to our software, please, please, please reach out to our customer support team. And then the other way, I'm just going to swing over here just so that you can see it.
We're just going to make one comment. When you open a ticket, that ticket is tracked. And it also, if we start seeing an issue coming through and through, we see a trend, and that sets off red flags too. So it's the best way to really get us to help. And the other thing, when we are in a full beta, or anytime there's a problem with, quote, a beta version, please only post that in the beta groups. Do not post it in the main Facebook group, because if people are not using the beta and stuff like that, it's only going to confuse them, because they're going to start looking for a specific feature or try to find something, and they're not going to find it because it's only in the beta. So beta related stuff should only be posted in the beta groups, either on Facebook or Discord.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So I just wanted to show over here in Ecamm, sometimes we forget about, because there's all of these amazing windows, we forget about the menu at the top. So if you come over here to this menu at the top, right? So here's the Ecamm Live menu for all your preferences and everything else. But all the way over here on the far right, there is a help section, right? So that again will take you to that learn.ecamm.com user guide, to our online support, and will allow you to see, I can't right now because I'm actively streaming, but the top option is contact support. So this is another way that you can just reach out and let us know that you're having an issue, or if you have a specific question that you want our technical support team to be able to help with. This is the area. This is also the area you don't want to be reaching out within the community to ask questions about billing, your account, how to reset a password. Any of those kinds of things are things that you're going to want to have come in. Oh, we lost Paul for a second. Oh, there you're back. You're going to want to have come in through our support team so that we can get you that help immediately, because other community members are not going to be able to have access, obviously, to any of your personal information or your account. So yeah, that is most of the stuff. I guess the one other thing to show you, I keep toggling back and forth between these, but the one other thing that is worthwhile to show is we do have an affiliate program. I feel like we talk about this a decent amount, but sometimes people don't necessarily know. If you go to affiliates.ecamm.com, you can become an Ecamm affiliate. You just need to fill out this easy form to let us know, more about you and what you're doing. And we have obviously terms and conditions, and hit sign up. So this program, again, similar to our customer support, is not run by robots or heavily automated. We are individually approving requests based on the parameters within our program. So you need to be, an active Ecamm customer. We want to know that that you have the support you need to be able to help promote the app. And we do have 2 different levels. So once you've been successful at our base level of this program, you can get upgraded to our VIP program, which gives you a higher level of commission, as well as a bunch of other cool bonuses and perks. So it's a really great program. And if you're using Ecamm and you're loving it, it's just a really nice way to be able to earn some additional funds back as a result and helping us spread the word. So certainly affiliates.ecamm.com is something to be willing and able to check out.
And every other Friday following Doc's demo, he does an affiliate training course where he goes into more detail about and how to use it, and the what you can and can't do in it. And so that happens every other Friday after Doc's live demo.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, we have a full affiliate guide when you get signed up and registered for the program. So there's lots of additional information. And again, if you're on Discord, there is a specific affiliates section within Discord, so you can ask questions on how other affiliates are spreading the word and what kinds of things that they're doing. So there's lots of additional resources if you are an affiliate and are trying to grow your business that way. We really appreciate it. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Hey.
It is I, Brian. It is I. And Gretchen's hanging out.
Sneaking
Gretchen
in the back door.
Exactly. Gretchen says that she uses the beta every day. She completely forgets about the other. I know. Yeah, it's true. I forget what version, but a few back where for a while it wasn't like as obvious to differentiate between the two apps, but now there's a clear beta flag on it so that you make sure that you're in the right one, which is always helpful.
A follow-up on the comment, it just dawned on me, as we said, scenes that you have in your regular Ecamm, you can use in the beta and vice versa. The only thing to keep aware of as features and stuff start getting released, those scenes that you created using the beta, if those features aren't in the current production version, they're not going to work. So
they might look different.
Just be aware of those. Yeah, things may look a little bit differently.
Yep.
So don't be surprised if something looks off.
Oh my goodness. As usual, we're almost at time. I am jumping off here soon because I have a Meet the Ecamm Fam interview coming up next, which if you're hanging out with us, we'd love to see you in the chat for. But Paul and I are going to do these monthly. So if you want, and we'll probably play around too a little bit. So maybe we can even do like an interview practice round or any fun things that the group wants. But if there's any questions in the interim, you can certainly tag either Paul or myself or Ecamm or any of our moderators in Discord or in any of the communities, or you can always reach me at katie@ecamm.com if there's any questions that come up. We really are here to be able to make sure that you get the right resources and I'm
even going to try to get some of the people, the other people, the unsung heroes at Ecamm, see if we can get some of them to come on, so you know who you're talking to.
Yeah, exactly.
I have one in mind, but I hear they're very resistant to coming in front of the camera.
Oh, we'll just put a picture up. We can have them behind the scenes. All right, one last question for Jefferson. All right, so this, all right, so screen name again. So it still shows up in all scenes. Okay, so I think, and if this is not going to solve it for you, then definitely reach out so that we can get it fixed. But if your scene is locked, and you try to add a overlay. Actually, hang on, sorry. I'm doing this without showing you in my demo. One sec. Let's go over here. All right, so if your scene is locked, so I just locked my scene over here in my welcome scene, and I come in here and I add my text overlay, and I call it, let's say test here. I'll make it big so you can see it easily. So here's my test overlay, right? And then I change my scene. See, that's gonna show up in all these scenes, right? Because this one here is locked and that's where I added it in. Okay, but if I come up here and I unlock this scene, right? See it here? Okay, see it? It's down here over my overlays panel. It's under the section that says show all scenes. So you just want to drag it from show all scenes to show in current scene, right? So now it's showing only in the current scene. And then if you go to the next scene, now it's not showing anymore, right? So it's only showing in that one scene. It's not showing in this scene. It's only showing in this one scene, right? So that is likely where you're getting caught up. If not, and there's a different thing happening, definitely let us know. We will certainly be happy to help get this all solved. But I'm guessing that that's probably what's happening. There's also, it might be, and I'm guilty of this as well, but I end up just like Xing out like what I just did out of an overlay, but they're still there. I'm basically just hiding them. So you can see here, this is the party one that we did earlier, right? It's still here. So it might be just take a look in your overlays panel and see whether it's showing in current scene or showing in all scenes, and then double check whether or not you have it. You have this little eyeball turned on or off. So I'm going to guess that that will solve it.
And if you want to get rid of those overlays, you just click the X and they'll go away. The other thing too is every Friday, on the YouTube, on the Ecamm YouTube channel, we do a live video. So we take you through the basics and all that stuff and answer questions and go over everything. So if you have questions about the basic part of Ecamm, you know, join the live. Some of us have, I've seen that live probably 100 times. You know, a lot of us come back every week, and there's always new little things I pick up.
It is amazing. And yeah, it's a great, I mean, you're welcome. All of you are welcome every Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Doc does like a full live demo and Q&A. Everyone is welcome. You don't, you can come back, like Paul said, to multiple ones every week if you want to just practice and hang out. And again, really take advantage of those groups to be able to ask any of these questions or to play around. And this year we have been doing a lot of these workshops. So I guess I'll close by saying that we do have an Ecamm challenge, which Adrian hosted at the beginning of the year, which takes everyone through the basics of Ecamm, how to get up and running, all the different features. It's really a pretty robust series of videos. You can find it on the Video Hub, so videos.ecamm.com, or on YouTube if you prefer YouTube. It's here as well. And then right now, this week, we're doing a more advanced workshop with Alec. So if you want to dive, if you've worked your way through those and you're like, I've got it, now I want to know how to use some of those advanced features, all of the advanced features are being covered this week. And you can register for that by going to ecamm.tv/advanced. And that'll get you all of the access into that workshop and replays and bonus content and everything that you need to be able to, level it up. Tatiana says that she's Ecamm Office Hours as a professor. Yeah, exactly, right? We're here to help. Here to help, not actually teachers, just to be clear, not professors, but pretend professors. All right, last question
my
from
certificate
Michael.
last night.
Yeah, you get certificates if you participate in the Ecamm challenges or any of the Ecamm workshops this year. So it is worth doing. Michael says, how do we change the transparency of the different widgets, like scenes and overlays, etc.? Mine are solid black, and I don't know how to change that. Oh, that's when I always forget how to adjust the transparency of an overlay. Do you remember?
You can
Shift and scroll gesture. Shift and scroll gesture will change the opacity. There you go. See, Paul's doing it there. Yep, that's right. That works.
Yeah, that works on any overlay.
Awesome. All right, last
There's
question.
There's a slider bar in the overlay too, but that's the easiest way.
Yeah, there is. I know one of these years I'm going to learn all of the shortcuts. There's so many of them, but I'm going to get good with hotkeys and shortcuts. Christopher asks, how can I get involved in helping your team create or produce workshops? I'd love to chat with you. You can just email me directly, katie@ecamm.com, and let me know a little bit more about you and what you're up to and what ideas you have. I'm always happy to meet people and learn about what kinds of things that they want to participate in. Yeah, we'd love to meet you. All right, I am going to jump off, but we will be back again next month. We have tons and tons of live videos in between, so I'm sure we will all see you soon, either in the chat or in a video. But thanks so much for hanging out for our first ever office hours. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks. Thank you. It's been fun.
It's been fun. We'll see you in the chat. And yeah, next time maybe we can have a fun practice round since now we've covered the basics. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next
Bye.